Howdy there. Welcome to Cooking with Soyboy with me, Soyboy, also called Callum. On today's episode, we're going to be making miso soup with mushrooms, kale, and crispy fried tofu on top. So I'm looking forward to that, as I'm sure you can imagine. All you gotta do is get a couple of easy ingredients and some pans, and let's get cooking.
Alright, so first thing I'm going to show you is my new cooking equipment. I got my Soyboy chopping board and my brand new Soyboy knives. Wow, look how shiny these are. They're one of my favorite knife brands, and guess what? They even got Soyboy written in the side of them. Then we're going to grab ourselves some garlic. Alright, you know the rule, we smash it up with our hands until there's no skin on it, and you chomp it up real small. You know me, not fussed about it being exact, just a rough chomp will be fine. Great. Throw that in a large pan now, and put the pan to one side. Then grab yourself a brown onion or two. You're going to chomp them up, and then you got to peel them, and then chop them up again roughly here, because it's going to be part of a broth. It kind of helps to have it kind of bigger chunks, personally, I think. You don't want it too fine, otherwise you're just making a soup, really, and no one wants that. Throw some oil in the pan and get them on a low heat, and in the meantime we're going to chop up our mushrooms, our chestnut mushrooms, real thick, right? So we're going to chop them up into cubes or just thick slices. As you can see, I'm chopping them. Here's what the mushroom sees when I chomp it. Oh, no, don't get your hand, Callum. Don't get your hand. Oh, you got the camera on the wrong way, dumbass. Alright, well there's the mushrooms all chopped, and we'll throw them in the pan now as well to get cooked. You want them at a relatively high heat now, and then grab your tofu whilst they all stew at the bottom of that pan. We're going to go for, again, relatively thick cubes. This is kind of up to you. This is going to go on top of the broth, not in it. So if you want smaller bits, bigger bits, it's up to you at that stage. Chomp them up, add some white flour or corn flour into a pot, and then add some salt as well. As much salt as you want for flavor. I like a lot of salt, as you can tell. Then you just want to mix that up a bit. Just make sure that when they put the tofu in, you're not just getting all salt on one piece. So mix it up and then throw in all of the chunks of tofu. Once that's done, we're going to do my classic trick. You put the lid on and just roll them around to get them evenly covered. The reason for this is having the flour or the corn flour on it helps it get real crispy, so you can shallow fry it and not deep fry it. So there's less waste of oil and also healthier. Go back to the pan and you're going to add in some 5-spice, some ginger, some cooking rice wine, and some soy sauce, in any order you prefer. Great. Now that's all stirred up and cooking, some oil in your frying pan for the tofu. Put that on a high heat and add some hot water into your broth pan. Ow, it's Maisie! Watch out for her. Then grab your miso paste, put it on a spoon and mix that in the hot water as well. This is where a lot of the miso flavor is coming from. Once that's all in, then add a bit more water to get even coverage of everything. And then you can pour the tofu into the hot pan with the hot oil. You're going to have to move them around a bit because they'll be in a pile, so don't burn your fingers too much. Give it a quick shake and keep it cooking. Grab yourself some rice noodles and throw them in the miso pan as well. Remember, this is now at a low heat, 2 out of 10 or so. In the meantime, you're going to notice Maisie is screaming for food. She does this because she can smell your cooking food and she wants to eat it. She'll do it every day unless you feed her. Look. See? She just loves screaming. There we are again. She does it every night. She does it for food. She does it for stronks. She does it just for fun. She just loves screaming. Well, she's going to keep on doing this unless we feed her. So what you want to do is you're going to have to go all the way across the kitchen, as far as you can, to the kitchen cupboard. Now in the kitchen cupboard, when you open it, you'll see there'll be some tools, some cleaning equipment, but most importantly, there'll be her food. This is her favorite thing. I do a small handful, and I throw it in her bowl for her. She'll scream at you a lot and try and nip your hands if you go too slow, so you gotta be quick. There we are. Put it on in. Wow, look at that nice bowl. Mon petit chat. That's from France. It means my small cat. Give her a stronk and then you can get back to your business. By now the noodles should be pretty soft and you can throw in some kale. You want to do this last because you want the kale to not get too soggy. give the tofu a quick flip, because it should be getting a bit crisper on the bottom side now, and then give that a little toss around. Grab yourself your bowl, and then once the kale's a little bit soft but not soggy like I say, you're just going to ladle some in. Your first spoon will have a lot of noodles in it, I bet, and some mushrooms and things. Then you're going to get some broth in the next one, because you want to make sure you're including all the broth, otherwise it's just noodles. Alright. You're also then going to grab your tofu, and you're going to place that on top. It would be nice to garnish with some spring onions as well, or some mint, but unfortunately I don't have any at the moment. But there we are. Some delicious miso broth with crispy tofu on top. Yum, 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 yum. Delicious. Thanks for stopping by and have a lovely day.